Are we live?
Mm-hmm.
And we are live, L-I-V-E, live. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Depending on where you're at, it might be the afternoon. If you're in the East Coast, you're in the afternoon. And why are you living in the East Coast? If you're in the West Coast, which for some reason you guys think that's better, it's very early morning for you, isn't it? It's probably 9 a.m. 9 a.m. for you out in California. If you are in Mountain Time, which I'm so sorry that my Chicago Bears beat your Denver Broncos on a last-minute field goal, a last-second field goal. But it's all in good fun, right? So in all seriousness, guys, good morning. It's good to be here again with you all in this live real estate investing Q&A. Today's topic, while we don't have questions, while you guys aren't asking questions, is how to do your first deal, how to get your first real estate investment deal done, right? So again, guys, I've been doing this thing for about 3-4 weeks now where, you guys tell me where you're from and I tell you what I think about that real estate market, or if I have any friends or possible networks that I might have in that real estate market as well, just to kind of find ways to add more value to you guys, right? That's at the end of the day is what I want to be doing. I want to add value to your guys' business and to your guys' life. So any questions at all about real estate investing? Also, if you want to let me know where you are currently residing and where you are from, I will, again, give you my opinion on what I think about that particular real estate market. But I first got to get on YouTube, don't I, and see what the live chat says. So the way it works in our studio is I have my laptop in front of me to see all the questions. And then Dave and Chris back there, they do all the magic stuff, the stuff that you guys see and the stuff that you guys are able to do. What is this? Did somebody give $2? That is hilarious. Wow. Thank you, Jun Huang. I'll be able to eat lunch today. Man, thank you so much. I can now buy a couple bags of Cheetos and I'm set. I am set. Okay, so here's a fun fact, right? So again, guys, any real estate investing questions at all, you tell me where you're from, where you're currently residing. I'll tell you exactly what I think about that real estate market. And also give us a thumbs up, right? As I say every single week, it allows us to continue to do what we do. It gives us encouragement to see that it's there's some positive feedback that what we're doing is actually helping you in your business. So I really thank you guys, right, for being here with me and spending time with me and supporting the Kwak Brothers. So again, guys, feel free to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't know if we're at 50,000. Are we at 50,000?
By today or tomorrow we should be.
By today or tomorrow. So 50,000, right? So this is good. This is good for me because to all the people, all the teachers and professors who told me that I'd never make it, that I'd never succeed, wait till I shove my phone in their face with 50,000 subscribers with people that I don't even know personally. So yeah, take that, mom. Okay, but yeah, it was gnarly, because I was at a Brazilian steakhouse with my fiance and we were eating lunch on Saturday, and man, I just felt so blessed. You know what I mean? And I was just kind of sitting there looking at different pieces of meat, right? I had like filet mignons and all these, and it was a pricey place, extremely pricey, probably the nicest restaurant I've ever been to. And I was just thinking like, man, 5 years ago, I was eating out of a dumpster. That's crazy. It's a fact that I'm here right now with my fiance, who I absolutely love, and getting married to in less than a month. I just felt so overwhelmed with gratitude. And man, what a great feeling, right? What an absolutely great feeling. All right, so we got Mr. 333. I'm glad it's not, that number is not multiplied by 2. Thank goodness. Chino Hills, California. So Chino Hills, California. So California in general, for me, is one big state where prices are extremely, extremely overrated. I read an article the other day about what's going on with rents in California, trying to make housing much more affordable in the rental market, which I completely understand. I live in Chicago, and getting a unit to rent in Chicago is certainly not easy, especially in a nice place in Chicago. I'll give you an example where I'm from. Warrenville, Illinois is where my office is. There's a town right across the highway called Naperville, Illinois. And Naperville is arguably the nicest place, right, to live in Illinois. Certainly, out of all the nice neighborhoods, certainly the biggest town. They have the best school districts. They have, as you can imagine, all the things that come with living in a very nice and wealthy town. Rent for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Naperville, if you want to get like a Class B apartment complex, probably run you around $2,100 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Naperville. If you want to do something closer to like downtown Naperville, probably looking at closer to about like $2,500 to $2,600. If you want to rent a townhouse, probably looking closer to $3,100. And my fiance and I actually looked at a couple townhouses just for fun, because we were like, well, I could use a place closer to the office because I currently live in a house that's about 15 minutes away from the office. I was like, just looked at it for fun, right? Nothing really serious. And yeah, $3,100 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath townhouse in Naperville, Illinois. So I would say the overall California market is a lot like that. And I always say, with California, with the coast markets, and I see that Peter Duncan currently resides in Tacoma, Washington, in the Seattle-Tacoma market. I think Seattle and California, in all honesty, are kind of in the same boat in terms of the housing market, the rental market. You have such velocity and extremity in your guys' real estate market that I think it's phenomenal. If you are a talented wholesaler, I think it's phenomenal if you are somebody who knows how to read the markets right. And if you are somebody who bought a building in California, like Chino Hills, or even Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, if you bought an apartment building about 10 years ago, you're probably doing really well. The rental demand has just been skyrocketing from what I've been seeing and observing, and it's absolutely crazy. And it's something that I have to be aware of because obviously a lot of you guys are aware that I offer one-on-one coaching, and a lot of our one-on-one clients live in California, especially Southern California, in the LA region. I think I do have somebody that lives close to Chino Hills, but I'm not sure. But it's a very similar market. Okay, dark terms. Missouri, about an hour 15 from St. Louis. I think St. Louis is a phenomenal place right now to do single-family development. One of my best friends who actually featured on our YouTube channel, Mello Johnson, Melvin Johnson, but I call him Mello. Very, very good friend of mine. He's awesome because he's strangely enough, he's one of the few African American real estate entrepreneurs that focuses on buy and hold. Because usually, a lot of the African American real estate entrepreneurs that I meet are more so interested in wholesaling. And so he actually is doing deals, right? And the reason why I bring him up is he's actually doing deals in St. Louis right now. And so he actually just got done with 3 flips, and he's going to make a pretty hefty penny from doing those flips. Actually, more than somebody who would do a flip here in Illinois or Iowa or any of these surrounding neighborhood markets. So I always say right now, St. Louis is a very good opportunity for housing development, single-family housing development. So whether you're building it from the ground up or you're buying a particular house in the neighborhood and you're fixing and flipping it, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a great single-family market right now in St. Louis, especially for sellers. Sellers of new builds or rehabbed single-family units. It's a very good time for that. Not sure on the rental market. It may be a decent rental market. I know home ownership prices are increasing. Home ownership percentages are increasing in the city of St. Louis. So that should tell you something about how good you'll do as a landlord. But if you gave me $1 million and you forced me to do deals in St. Louis, I'd probably go for fix and flips. Is what I most likely will go for. Hello, Clarice. How do you say? I hope I say that right. Clarice, right, from Salt Lake City. I'm not gonna lie to you, Clarice. I haven't done a whole lot of homework on the Salt Lake City market. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to leave you hanging on that one. But rest assured, I'm the type of guy who, if I don't know it, I'll tell you that I don't know it. I've met a lot of real estate investing experts, quote unquote, who they call themselves experts, and they'll try and give an answer for every question, even though it's just straight out of their butt. You will not get that from me, right? I don't have anything in my butt, thankfully. All right. B-Boy Mo. B-Boy Moi. Question. I've heard HELOCs are risky because banks can call the note at any time. Okay, first off, HELOCs are not notes. They're lines of credit. And what you mean by that is you're worried that HELOCs can be frozen. Couple of things. Numero uno, I would actually check out our videos on HELOCs on our YouTube channel, which is very easy. You could don't do it now, because according to my YouTube algorithm, the longer you stay, the more money I make. So that's good. I want you to stay here. But when we're done, in all seriousness, we do have a lot of videos out on HELOCs, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. One of the things that I try and be every single day is, number one, be self-aware, and number two, encourage and lift other people up around me as much as I can. My brother Sam is more so of the expert on our HELOCs and lines of credit strategies. So I'd highly encourage you, right? And so can I give an answer on HELOCs? Which, yes, I could. My answer would be as the following, is that there are ways that you could do. You could leverage some cash you have, or utilize some other pieces of liquidity to get a secure line of credit. And this is where I would also say that business lines of credit are much more efficient and useful than personal lines of credit. I do have what's called a PLOC, a personal line of credit. But I say, business lines of credit all day, every day. Now, a lot of people are intimidated by the concept of a business line of credit. Do not be intimidated whatsoever, right? So again, we just put out a video. My good friend Melvin, right, Mello, one of my best friends, I would deem him as an expert in banking and credit. He knows business lines of credit in and out. And we actually just put out a video, I think about last Friday or so, about business lines of credit, about how my friend Mello went from 0 to $2.5 million in business line of credit in just 9 months. And so go ahead and check out that video, guys. And I know some of the things that he mentions on a technical side is, you get your entity set up like an LLC or sole proprietorship or an S corp. You get a business checking account. You season that relationship with the bank for 90 days, and then you take, from my understanding, you can get a 10-to-1 business line of credit completely secured, and there's zero chances of it freezing. So, B-Boy Moi, feel free to check out our video on that. It's going to give you much more information. I think that video is about 10 minutes long, and it's got a wealth of knowledge. So, yeah, go ahead and check that out. Thanks, Dark Term. Mostly, I'm working out of the south of St. Louis. Cool, man. 333. Thumbs up and smiley face. Thank you. Thumbs up and smiley face right back at you. Okay, so how to do your first deal. So doing your first deal is probably your scariest encounter that you will ever have in your life, in your real estate investing career, right? So my very first deal was a portfolio of single family houses that I think I bought for $150,000 total. It was 4 single family houses. It was a portfolio, and it was $150,000. And I probably was more terrified of doing that deal than the deals I do today, which, we're doing $8-10 million deals. On a daily, I'm looking at those on a daily basis. So, but more terrified back then than I am now. And I think it's because, again, with human beings, we just have this fear of the unknown. We always have this fear of the unknown. And for some reason, we allow this fear to handicap us. A lot of times, this fear puts us in what's called paralysis analysis. Now, here is my thing on doing your first deal. I always say you got 3 things that you always have to worry about. I call it the 3-legged stool of real estate. The number one thing is the number one most important thing is your knowledge and education. A lot of people have told me this statement. And if you've heard this statement, feel free to give me a thumbs up or just confirm with me in the chat box. And here's the statement, right? So say yes if you've heard this statement before. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. So if you've heard this statement before, let me know in the chat box whether or not you've heard this statement or not. But people said to me all the time, especially in college, right? In college, people have always said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I do think there's a bit of an importance to that. You know, I know one of the stories that I share with frequently is how I met a billionaire story, and he told me that his entire life he's always focused on networking with people. He never stopped networking. He's always focused on bringing value to other people. So I do think that's important. I'm not disregarding that, right? So Mark Lewis, thank you. Thank you so much for confirming that with me. Right, I'm not disregarding that at all. But I do think, right, in my life, what I've experienced to get to where I am today, and do I think that I'm as successful as, Warren Buffett or no, absolutely not. Not yet. But I do think that I have done something differently to get to where I am today at age 25. It's not a typical result that you see. And one of the things that I realized in my life was, I necessarily didn't, I followed that statement, but I followed a variation of that statement. So if you guys are taking notes, feel free to write this down. So I always, in my life, I wanted what I know to make me the guy that other people wanted to get to know, right? So here's the first, right? So you've heard it said, it's not what you know, it's who you know, but I wanted what I know to make me the guy that people wanted to get to know, right? So let me say that again. I wanted what I know, what I knew, right, or what I know today. I want what I know to make me the guy that other people want to get to know. Meaning that you need to be at a certain level of your real estate knowledge, right? And again, we're always learning, right? We're always even me today, guys, right? I learn from all sorts of people. I learned from my mentors. I learned from Stuart Weiler, Vince Priest, Mike Baum, right? I learned from these guys who are my mentors in real life. 3 main mentors that are all in real estate that I learned from. And, I'm always learning. I'm never stopping learning. But at certain point, in my opinion, you have to get to a certain point where people are enamored. People are fascinated by your level of knowledge. And in all reality, in this industry, that's so true, because we want to be the people that attract rather than chase. We want to create a system amongst our network where people are coming to us and we're attracting people rather than us trying to always chase them around. Because, that sucks, right? Doesn't it? I'm sure we've all experienced this before where, we're reaching out to somebody in the business world and, they ghost us, right? It's a term that, the millennial, my generation uses a lot. Right? We get ghosted, right? Typically gets used in where we're, going after somebody of the opposite gender or somebody we're attracted to, right? We say some type of cool pickup line and, they ghost us, meaning they don't reply. They show no interest. I have no idea what that's like because obviously, but no, I do know what that's like, especially in high school. But we want to be able to attract people is what I'm trying to say, right? So have your what you know make you the person that other people want to get to know. And that's the thing, right? So I'm willing to bet so I'm in the chat box right now, so I can't see who's watching, but I'm willing to bet that this number is 10 people, right? 10 people. We have 11 people, right? We have about 50,000 subscribers. 50,000 subscribers. I'm sure if I asked all 50,000 of those people, hey, do you want to be successful? Do you want to make $1 million in real estate? What do you think all of these people are going to say? They're going to say yes, right? I'm also willing to bet if I asked all 50,000, I don't know, 49,900 something? I know we're close, right? Is there a way we can get an exact number?
Yeah.
All right, so Chris is going to get me the exact number. But I'm sure if I asked all 49,000 question mark people, do you want to be successful? Do you want to make $1 million? Do you think you work hard? I guarantee you all people will say yes. But here's a reality. 12. There's only 12 people on this live stream right now increasing their knowledge base, right? So you think about that's the math, right?
31 people. It'll be today that we hit 50.
So we're at 49,969. Okay, so 49,969 people, right? So there's 12 people watching this right now, right? Let's just do the math, right? Let's do the math on this, right? Let me take out my calculator and see what percentage, right? 12 divided by 49,000. Okay, that's 0.024% of our subscribers are watching this live stream right now, increasing their real estate investing knowledge. And my thing is, dude, if you are the 0.024% of people on the upper echelon of real estate investing knowledge, do you think that people want to talk to you? Yes. Do you think you could attract people with some of your knowledge? Yes, absolutely. And here's the most important thing. Do you think investors and other people that you're going to have on your team are going to recognize that and eventually know that you are in the 0.024% of people in your real estate investing knowledge? Absolutely. Do you think it's going to make them want to work with you more compared to the other guy who's only on the 30%, upper 30% echelon? Absolutely, right? That's the math, guys. It's really simple, right? Success is a very, very simple thing. So again, guys, I really encourage you, right? And we're going back to how to do your first deal. You know, number one is knowledge and education, right? Be the guy that everybody wants to get to know because of what you know. It's simple. It's simple as that. And, you know, a mentor of mine told me that if you want to succeed in real estate, the only thing you have to do is just be smarter than 90% of the people out there. And when I first heard it, I was like, wow, that's really tough. Until I actually went out there and I realized just the lack of effort people put in towards their real estate investing business, and how much people don't know, like how much people just want quick shortcuts. And they're like, Daniel, how do I do my first deal? I don't want to do that. I don't want to put in the hours of work that it requires for me to learn how to do this stuff. Like, I just want to do it, right? Like, and don't get me wrong, it's just weird because the market is doing great right now. I can't wait till the downturn happens and all these posers just get wiped out, right? I really, really am excited, right? And there's the 0.024% of people who are actually raising money and preparing for what's to happen. So, you know, I mean, first thing, knowledge and education, right? Just be smarter than 90% of the people out there. How do you do that? Very simple. I put together a real estate investing education program. Link is in the description below. You guys can check that out on your own time, right? I'll probably make an announcement at the end of the stream, kind of detailing everything, but I think you guys get the point. Okay, so the first one, knowledge and education. Always be learning. Be smarter than 90% of the people out there because guess what? You know, you're going to be out there bidding on a property, going after a deal, and there's going to be other people competing against you. Last apartment building I bought, I had 16 other offers compete against me. Guess who got the deal? I did, right? Upper 0.24% of people, everyone, right? That's math. That's what math. Same thing, right? Same thing with any athlete or anything like that. You know, if you're trying to make it to the NBA and you're playing in college, guess what? There's probably 100 other people trying to do exactly what you're trying to do, trying to get drafted ahead of you, right? So same thing. So first off, knowledge and education. Number two, tools and resources. What do I mean by tools and resources? Well, I'm meaning what are the resources you have right now? Do you have any capital you have built up? Do you have a real estate investing software? Speaking of which, this video is brought to you by PropStream. So the link is in the description below. Go to Ari.
It's also on the side too?
It's also on the side too. I've been informed by the great TikToker Dave that the link is in the side. Is it below me or is it
on the side of you?
to my side? So I'm gonna like, is it right here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pet it. Am I hitting it?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. All right, so click on that software, guys. So it's a tool, right? When we're talking about tools and resources, it's a tool that has helped me save astronomical amounts of time, right? So in all reality, can I go after properties? Can I go driving for dollars? Yes. Can I go online to the county recorder deeds office and get information? Yes. But this software has saved me hundreds and hundreds of hours of time. And at the end of the day, the most important currency isn't money, it's time, right? Time is the only thing we can't get more of, right? I always say, listen, there's four currencies, right? There's money, time, knowledge, and people. I always say you can always get more money. They're printing right now as we speak, right? We can always learn more. They're always discovering new ways, new tactics, new strategies. And I always say, as long as the music of Marvin Gaye exists, there will always be more people, right? So this software has helped me save astronomical amounts of time. It's also the most accurate because I have me being in this real estate investing industry and me being an expert and an instructor. I've tried a lot of different real estate investing softwares that help people find deals, analyze deals, get information. This one is by far has the most accurate amounts of information, the most amount of information per property, and it has helped me astronomically in my real estate investing business. Helped me save a lot of money, helped me save a lot of time, helped me network with people a lot faster. So tools and resources, right? You gotta be self-aware and recognize what these tools and resources are. And last but not least, you gotta have good people around you. In my real estate investing journey, and I say journey as intention, the biggest downfalls and mistakes that I have seen people make is because of people, right? That's it. It's because of people. Some of the biggest fires and biggest adversities that I am currently facing right now is because of people, because I put trust and I've assigned something to somebody else and they let me down, right? They made mistakes. They bit off a little bit more than they could chew. They are not as ethical as as arguably I am in this industry. All they care about is money, right? They're driven by money. And I'm not saying that the people who are driven by money are not ethical, but I know for dang sure that in a scenario where they have an opportunity to make a little bit more money versus screwing you over and throwing you under the bus, we know that they're going to choose. For me, I have a philosophy, right? Money is a byproduct of how well I treat my investors, how well I treat my sellers, how well I treat my employees, my people around me, right? That's a byproduct, right? I always tell people all the time, listen, I'd rather lose money than a relationship. For me, those are the things that truly matter in life, right? And my financial success has been a byproduct of that, right? I probably have more money than a 25-year-old kid should have. I probably have more money than most people should have. But at the same time, that for me is a good indicator that we're doing things right here at the Kwak Brothers. We're doing things the right way. We're treating people well, and even when people don't deserve it, we still do our best to serve them and treat them well, right? And believe me, there have been many times where people do not deserve it. But we as we learn from Jesus, right? We turn the other cheek and we love our enemies. We pray for those who persecute us. Are HELOCs still viable if you are 10 years into your mortgage already? I would make the argument that they're viable in any time your mortgage, whatever it is. Yes, absolutely, Vanessa Chu. If you are 10 years into your mortgage already, you have most likely are approaching that echelon, the axis of where you pay interest and principal at an equal level. Again, if you're curious about any mortgage stuff, any debt acceleration strategy, pop in here Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. That's when my brother, my other half of the Kwak Brothers brand, will be here to answer any questions regarding to the debt accelerator. Anything about HELOC mortgages, he'll be here to answer that. All right. So I don't want to steal his thunder because Mom always says he's the more sensitive one. So I want to build him up. Okay. So any additional questions, guys, about real estate investing, about markets, about what's going on? Any questions that you have in regarding to your real estate investing journey, any at all, right? Feel free to welcome it. Until then, I will detail further details about my first deal. So I actually met the seller. What's going on with the oil prices? I don't know. I really don't know. I like them, but that's actually, I'm trying to buy a Tesla, so I stopped paying attention to the oil markets.
Half of Saudi Arabia's oil rigs got.
Oh, I heard. I heard about that. I heard that half of Saudi Arabia's oil thing got burnt up.
And we switched from Iran to them,
Uh-huh.
and Iran got mad and attacked them.
Wow.
So now all our prices are going up.
That's crazy. So oil prices apparently will be going up. That's crazy. I did read an article about that. I don't know why my mind didn't avert, but interesting. That's very interesting. Wow. Should probably everybody buy your Teslas, right? Okay, so my first deal, so the seller actually reached out to us via Facebook. So we had put something, and I know social media can get a little weary. So in our office, Joel was doing his quote unquote first deal, and he met somebody through Facebook, and they turned out to be somebody from Nigeria who was trying to scam him out of $500. So if you actually run across a man named Melvin who claims to be a missionary that lives in Kentucky, who's asking for $500 and owns a single family house in St. Charles, Illinois, that's not the real owner. Not at all. That's why I say it pays to be educated, because Joel and I actually skip traced this house, and that's how we found out that this guy didn't own the property. So we actually met the seller through Facebook. I think Sam put out a couple of statuses in different buy and sell trade Facebook groups, and we all, every Facebook, every region has those, right? Especially if you're in an area where there's people there and the real estate happens. There's most likely going to be a Facebook group for real estate investors in that area, right? So, I know that I'm part of a lot of different Facebook groups for different areas. Dallas Fort Worth Real Estate Investors Group, I know I'm in that one. I'm in one for Charlotte. I'm obviously in one for Illinois. I think I'm in like 7 or 8 different ones for Chicagoland, Illinois area. So it's very important, right? So I always put, Sam put out a status somewhere along the lines of, hey guys, we're the local real estate investors looking for a maintenance guy or something like that. And we actually had somebody reach out to us via Messenger. They're like, hey, I'm looking to sell my portfolio. I'm selling 18, 19 single family houses in Kankakee, Illinois. And we actually ended up buying 4 of his properties, of his 19 properties. So it was neat, because I was living in that area at the time. I was going school down there, Olivet Nazarene University, right? Go Tigers, shout out. And it fit perfectly. I was a senior in college and did my first deal as a senior in college. It was fun. It was really fun. All right, any additional real estate investing questions, guys? Let's keep it coming, right? Let's keep it coming. So let's see. I told you the story how found the first seller. How I raised the money for it. So I raised the money. I actually raised money. So there was a gym I used to go at the time that I absolutely did not like. I will not mention the name of the gym, but it was, in my opinion, one of the worst gyms on the planet. It was one of the worst gyms that I have experienced on the planet. But I raised money, right? I raised money in the gym locker room. There was a man there who was of the more seasoned type of gentleman, and he his judgment made it so that he did not think he needed a towel to be in the locker room, and he started a conversation with me while not having a towel on him, and he kind of was just like, "How you doing, young man?" And I was like, "I'm doing well, sir. How are you?" Just being nice. I don't care if they're not wearing any clothes. I'm nice to everyone. And I was like, "How are you, sir?" And we kind of struck up a conversation, and I got to know him, and he got to know me. And after about 5-10 minutes into the conversation, I learned that this guy had about $2.5 million in his bank account because he had inherited some money from his deceased mother, and he expressed some interest in investing and being in the real estate world. And of course, at the time, I was about 21 years old, and I probably did a terrible job creating spaces for him to walk into. But I was like, "Oh yeah, I invest in real estate. Would you ever want to have conversations about investing with me and things like that?" And he did, and he actually ended up having a friend who had about 800,000. So, these two guys combined had about 3 million in cash. I sat down with this friend, in a diner, walked away with the commitment to invest, and I felt like a rock star. It was awesome. It was absolutely tremendous, and that's how I raised money, by talking to a naked man in a gym locker room. We need to do things in life that we don't like to keep pushing forward towards success. Oh, absolutely, 333. I completely agree with you, 333. There was a quote by Thomas Jefferson. I think it was Thomas Edison Jefferson, one of those two, who that I really love. And it's a quote, and it goes along like this. It goes, to have what you don't have, you need to learn. To have what you've never had, you've got to learn what you've never learned. You got to do what you've never done, and most importantly, you've got to be who you've never been. And I love that quote, and it's something that I continue to live by. It reminds me that if I want to reach the next level in real estate investing, I've got to learn things I've never learned. I've got to talk to people I've never talked to. I've got to be who never have been. I got to do things I never have done. So it's a very important reminder and indicator. That this is what we have to do, right? Okay, so how to do my first deal. I told you how I found it. I told you how I funded it. Told you what I did to prepare for it. And again, guys, right? If you want to know more on how to prepare for your first deal, obviously the links are in the description below for things for you guys to take advantage of. For example, the first deal that I bought it owner financing. We offer a free 90-minute course on owner financing. So feel free, guys. The link should be in the description below. If not, it's freeownerfinancingcourse.com. Right? So the link is actually in the description below. It should be number 3. Get access to our free owner financing training course. It's www.freeownerfinancingcourse.com. So again, guys, that's freeownerfinancingcourse.com. The link is in the description below. And in my opinion, I'm super proud of what we did to put it together. It's 90 minutes of training on how to negotiate for owner financing. What's the ideal situation? There's even a scenario where I negotiate with Joel. Right, it's an exercise, a simulation. So you guys are able to see how I negotiate for owner financing. And on top of it, I have my very good friend, Mr. Steve Hamilton, the tax professional, on there. Training on owner financing, taxes, right? The ins and outs of that. Okay, and obviously, as always, guys, the best real estate investing software, reisoftware.thekwakbrothers.com. Check out PropStream, help you find off-market deals, estimate rehabs, marketing tools, skip tracing the owner's information. And again, guys, for me personally, I wouldn't be endorsing something unless I genuinely believed in it and used it myself. I've been using it now for a couple months, and I love the software. I've gotten even owners' phone numbers and mailing address from the software alone. It's allowed me to get quick information without having to spend all day on it. So again, guys, reisoftware.thekwakbrothers.com. We do have a special relationship with PropStream, so feel free to take advantage of our link. And it's absolutely tremendously valuable tool for you to have in your arsenal. And again, guys, as always, feel free to check out marketdominationmastermind.com. So on October 4th in Dallas, Texas, we will be having a 2-day real estate investing mastermind retreat in which myself and my brother will be the keynote speakers for this event. And again, guys, notice how everything lines up. So I said today, right? You need 3 things to be a successful rock star millionaire investor. You need tools and resources, which that's what PropStream is for. You need knowledge and education, which I'm giving to you for free for the free owner financing course, and also people and network, which you'll have an opportunity to do in this 2-day real estate investing mastermind. If I were you, I would do all 3, right? Because you're covering all 3 bases with all 3 links in the description below. People, right, networking, tools and resources, knowledge and education. You're literally getting all 3 in the link links in the description below. So again, guys, that's marketdominationmastermind.com. Tickets are only $99. They go up, I believe, in about a week to $149. Our inner circle, which we're offering for $169, is already sold out, right? So the inner circle is when you got to literally hang out with me the entire weekend and have meals with me and things like that. That's already sold out. But get your mastermind night. That's $99, guys. You get access to all the training. MarketDominationMastermind.com. I will be there. You guys get to meet me in person. But that's all three bases, guys. Again, that's people, network, tools, resources, knowledge, education. We're covering all three today, right? Software, event, free course. So appreciate you guys. Let's see if we have any other questions. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I already kind of took care of a lot of the announcements. If you have any additional questions, guys, email me at info@thekwakbrothers.com. That's info@thekwakbrothers.com. If you have any additional questions, email me there. I'll gladly speak to you guys myself personally. I actually have a habit of checking my email right after this thing is done, just to see if anybody had any questions that they didn't have an opportunity to ask in the chat. So again, guys, thank you guys. Much love to you. Always praying for you. Thank you. Can't wait to hit 50,000 subscribers. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Much love to you. Enjoy your Mondays. I'll see you guys next Monday.